So if you guys been playing Osu for some length of time now, you've probably recognized some common artists here and there. And one of the artists you guys might recognize is TUYU, which is essentially a Japanese band where they be making like crazy beats and bangers, and it's just great music. I think a lot of other people that play Osu also enjoy TUYU's music. Like I, for one, am quite a fan of it. About the albums and shit, but it's a pretty cool thing. I like TUYU, but recently there's been some pretty bad situations going on about TUYU. Like, this is not the first time this is happening. This might just be the final straw, like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Jeff Kinney final straw. Like, this is like the last straw here, man. Like, what basically happened here is that you guys probably saw like the Osu Games subreddit post. Like, it's not exactly something directly related to Osu, but it's something that's kind of just outside of it, but it kind of affects Osu in a way where we probably won't see any more TUYU maps or TUYU songs, like any new ones, because the ones that are currently right now are probably the final TUYU maps or the final TUYU songs. But essentially what happened is that the composer for TUYU, he's under the alias of Pusu, he basically did a big fuck up. And this happened like yesterday, like 24 hours ago, I think. And let me just read you guys the Reddit post, like what just happened here. On the morning of March 31st, it should be May 31st. I think the translation was fucked up there, but it was May 31st, which was like yesterday. A teenage woman was stabbed in the chest with a kitchen knife at an apartment in Nakano Ward, Tokyo. And the Metropolitan Police Department made an emergency arrest of her boyfriend, a 30-year-old man, on suspicion of attempted murder. Some of you guys are already thinking, okay, teenager girl with 30-year-old guy, that's pretty weird, but I don't know, man. Japanese people, the norms there are a bit different from America, but even still, that age difference is kind of big. But besides that, let's just move on from that, like that observation right there. According to the Metropolitan Police Department, a caller reported that he had stabbed her in a room of an apartment in Nogata Nakano Ward just before 10 a.m. on May 31st. It should be May 31st. When police officers arrived at the scene, they found the teenage woman had been stabbed in the chest and was later taken to the hospital, but is still conscious. The Metropolitan Police Department urgently arrested Asaya Yano, her boyfriend, who was present at the scene, on suspicion of attempted murder. The suspect was a YouTube video streamer under the name Pusu. The woman was asleep in her bedroom when she was stabbed with a kitchen knife, and a bloodied kitchen knife was found beside her bed. Yano told investigators, "I stabbed her once in the left chest with a knife." The Metropolitan Police Department is investigating the details of the incident. What the actual fuck? So I'm sure a lot of you guys, when you're reading that, also hearing me narrate that, you guys are also thinking, okay, what the fuck is going on here? And some guys might not be surprised, since it seems like the artist's vision here is being translated into the real world, because TUYU, it is like a banger, right? But all the lyrics are kind of about depression and suicide. And this guy, Pusu, he's the marionette controller behind the scenes, the mastermind behind the works, and he's creating these fucked up lyrics while also making the songs banger. So some people are also like joking about this on social media, where he's like, it seems like he's reenacting the songs now in real life, which is, it's kind of like a dark joke, but I understand the humor in it, even though it is like a pretty fucked up situation. But the situation here where he's attempting murder on his 18-year-old, I think it's like 10 to 18-year-old girlfriend. I'm hoping it's not 10. If it's 18, that's obviously like still kind of sus, but still, like, what the fuck, man? So he's essentially out here doing this attempted murder, and this whole situation would basically fuck over TUYU, because now they're gonna have a really bad light shed onto them, like with all this drama, and you probably won't be expecting any more songs from them anytime soon. And I feel pretty bad about this for vocalist Ray, which is the vocalist behind all the songs. Like, you hear TUYU, they're be singing and shit. That's what Ray is doing. Who's here is out here playing the guitar, making the lyrics, making the beats. Like, that's what he's doing, right? So it's like two parts of a whole. And there was also another person, I think their name Miro. They left earlier because there was actually some more drama in TUYU. I kind of wanted to talk about this when I first heard of this, like for Osu, but I just didn't think it was related. But this is like the final straw. Like, this is the big fuck up. Like, there's no future for TUYU after this, I think. Like, I don't think you can recover from this. Like, either Ray goes on to their own solo debut, going on their own TUYU, I don't really know. Or TUYU somehow tries to recover this. I don't think it's recoverable. I mean, this is pretty fucked up. This is really bad news. Like, some people say that there is no such thing as bad news or bad exposure, but this is pretty bad exposure, man. This whole situation is pretty fucked up. Like, let me just run you guys down like what just happened like before this, because there's even more like what happened like a few months ago as well. So Pusu, he's essentially the same guy that fucked us all up, but essentially he kind of went on like a Twitter rant just one day, just randomly. Like he just woke up one day, he's like, dude, I want to start a war. And he essentially went on Twitter and yapped about some random shit. So let me just read you guys like what just happened here, where he's saying, music is dead. This time it's not finished either. I've never finished a piece of music. It should be my favorite thing in the world. No matter how much I work, new things I'm concerned about keep coming up. I keep everyone around me waiting. I get a lot of calls. My head feels like it's going to explode, but I still can't finish it. Die. And then he goes on to an even more of a charade here and says this crazy shit. Die, music, die, 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 die. Like he's essentially going crazy mode here. Like he's pretty much crazy in this part too. But he's out here dropping all of these lyrics like he's trying to write a new TUYU song. And this whole charade kind of, again, did some pretty bad news and pretty bad exposure onto TUYU as a whole right here. And they were able to recover this temporarily, where they essentially made like an announcement afterwards where they're like, yo, my bad bros. Like Pusu himself, like they had like a tour, like a concert, he basically bowed down to the whole audience. He was like, yo, my bad bros, like shit happens, like I won't do it again. And TUYU also made like an official apology later on where they kind of addressed some things after that as well, where they were kind of like, yeah, shit happened. We also had our member Miro leave because of some complications, but we're gonna still continue to work on TUYU. Like they essentially made that type of announcement after like him bowing down and shit. And then afterwards, now it's all fucked up because now he's out here attempting murder on his 18-year-old girlfriend. I'm hoping it's 18, not 10, but that is pretty fucked up, right? And TUYU can't really recover from this. It's a pretty fucked up situation, and I kind of just want to talk about that in this video, because I'm kind of just flabbergasted about the whole situation. Like outside of Osu, TUYU is one of the few artists that I generally listen to and generally enjoy. Like I do got like all the albums that I showed like in the last like freaking first couple minutes of the video. Like I bought this shit because I'm like such a big fan of them, right? And this was like before I even heard of this. I was like, holy fuck, this is like kind of fucked, right? So for the future of TUYU and Osu, probably can't expect any new TUYU songs to come out. Like I know they made like a third album which is like a pretty much a banger, like making songs like Under Kids and like Under Heroin, like pretty good songs, right? And people are loving the Osu maps for those. Great jump maps, great aim. Like people love those maps. Like I know a lot of people out here in the Osu community really love TUYU. I know BTMC does, I know TUYU does. Like people out here really like TUYU. But this is pretty much the end of TUYU now. Like it is pretty much the end point. I know that's like a song that they have. Like I know this is not the end point, and like Busco is out here trying to like neck herself IRL. I don't really know. It's pretty fucked up, this whole ass situation. But besides that, I kind of want to talk about things on the more light side. Besides us two, just talk about some Osu stuff directly. So this is kind of old news, but it's not really, where it's like a few days old. But after that whole situation, worst hard rock player, where he debunked everyone's cheating accusations against him from Xylis and Grandmaster and Beidou, that whole situation was pretty fucked up, right? It was kind of stupid. I kind of gave my thoughts on it on the previous video, but that whole situation ended up with Beidou, one of the greatest aim, control, and reading players of all time, now getting outclassed by a worst hard rock player in Bonk now. Beidou's getting a lot of his number ones getting completely sniped. Like he had number ones that people would look at and be like, dude, that map is absolute cancer. I don't think anyone else can do that. That's a Beidou thing. But now worst hard rock player in Bonk is out here like twerking on those maps and be like, yeah, those number ones easy. So Beidou's out here getting sniped. His first places are getting completely wrecked. Pretty much sucks for Beidou right here because he participated in the worst hard rock player extermination squad, and that completely fucked up for them. So that kind of sucks for him, but it's also a bit of an applause for the whole Osu community, where they're like, yes, finally we're getting some justice here for worst hard rock player, where we're punishing Beidou for his crimes. So that kind of sucks for Beidou. My opinion on it, you know, it is what it is. He fucked around and he found out. That is my take on it. And besides that, it seems like combo scaling removal is also confirmed. So combo scaling removal apparently was confirmed previously, but it wasn't something that a lot of people were talking about. A lot of people are talking about combo scaling removal now because combo scaling removal in Osu would be a really great thing for rewarding plays where you're pushing skill cap. So what combo scaling removal is, for you guys who do not know what it is essentially where they remove how much combo affects your map. So essentially, if you fucked up in like the beginning of the map, but you FC'd like everything else, you'll get like 90% of the PP, right? But maybe sometimes you're going to get like 1500 combo out of 3000, but you miss in the middle, but you FC like the last 1500. That's still gonna reward you only like the 75% of like the total PP, when it usually should be like maybe 95%, because you only fucked up in like one part in the middle. So this combo skill removal update is going to fix that and reward you more for having these reverse chokes, which is a great thing overall, because a lot of people are going to get buffed from that. Pretty much everyone and their mom gets buffed. If you get nerfed from it, it's probably because you have a lot of chokes, or you choke at the end, or you have a lot of maps where you FC. But a lot of people are getting buffed by it. It's a pretty good thing. I really like this update where you're going to get rewarded more for pushing skill cap, because some maps where you're going to get like 20 misses on it, but like it's still a really good play, like you only get like 2 PP on it, when in reality it should be giving more. So like some of Emmerich's plays where it's going to get 2 PP, now they're buffed to like 200 PP, which is still not a lot for him, but that's still a pretty drastic change. That's 100x on PP right there. So that's a pretty great thing overall for the combo skill removal update. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say in this video. And I kind of also want to give some of my own yap here. This is like not Osu, so if any of you guys are watching this still and want to hear me yap about some more crazy shit, then just tune in really quick. So yesterday I went to the Touhou bar. So I am in Japan right now for a vacation with one of my friends, and this Touhou bar was so fucking lit, man. Like I went there like trying to practice my social skills and my Japanese, because like they were pretty fucked up. I have a bit of social anxiety where I try to talk to people in person, so I'm trying to like fix that and trying to like go to bars and like get better at talking to people. Alcohol does help with that a little bit, but I'm just really trying to drink socially here, because I am aware of like the health effects of alcohol where it kind of like fucks you up. But I'm aware of it, but I'm just trying to use it as like a social lubricant for now. It's not something that I thoroughly enjoy daily. But I went to the Touhou bar and I didn't really know what to expect. It was like this bar where it was like in some random corner and shit. Like I opened this bitch and then like boom, man, like Touhou posters everywhere, Touhou Fumos everywhere. Oh my god, bro, there was like 4 people on the bar stool, and like there was the Asian baddie bartender, and I was like, holy shit, this place is nuts. And they were playing like Touhou Eurobeat songs. Like I remember there's a Touhou like song comps Eurobeat like map I used to play in Osu a lot. It's like a 10-minute one, and they were playing one of the songs from that, and I was like, dude, I know that song. And it was pretty cool. There's like one guy there that knew how to speak English, so goddamn my ass was saved, man. I didn't have to speak my broken Japanese that I learned from watching anime. So I was kind of like, okay, this is pretty cool. I'm gonna be talking in English with him. It was pretty chill. Like we were like drinking some drinks. Like they had like this one fucking cocktail, like the clown piece cocktail. So if you guys do not know who clown piece is, it is basically this yokai fairy girl from like hell, and this alcoholic drink was so messed up. Like I'm not really much of a heavy drinker. I don't know if I can like tolerate that well, but due to my own body weight, I can tolerate a bit of drinks. And I had this clown piece drink where it was like 94% ABV. Like I was sniffing it, like it was this tiny little glass, and I was sniffing. I was like, dude, this thing smells like hand sanitizer. Like I was trying to get this like with the guy that I met there. He's like, dude, you gotta try this. And I was like, okay. Well, I tried the clown piece drink, and I was like, okay, this burns my whole ass body, man. My head is on fire. Like he was like trying to give me a tip where I was like, oh, you should like do this, like clog your nose. But I kind of like giga chatted it, and like I was sipping it, trying to enjoy it, and I was like, okay, this is pretty chill. And that whole experience right there was so fire. Like I went to the Touhou bar, like meeting all the cool people. I did get a bit tipsy there, but it was honestly a great ass experience. Like I'm gonna like play some videos of like my own experience there, like while I'm talking right now. But it was so fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie, man. That was a pretty chill experience, man. But that's pretty much all I want to say in this video, and I'll see y'all.